8 days from the general election, and the candidates are busy targeting those undecided voters. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the U.S. Senate race in Virginia, where Democrat Mark Warner is fighting to keep his seat against Republican challenger Ed Gillespie. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Jeff Goldberg is live in the newsroom with Warner's message to voters. Jeff?
Well, Maureen, Mark Warner's always presented himself as a pragmatist, a Democrat not too far to the left, and often highlighting his work with the GOP. That is certainly the theme he's presenting in his second run for a second term, as voters are fed up with what they're seeing in Congress.
Tim Rutten with Floor, good seeing you again.
One big advantage of being the incumbent, especially as a former governor, is that everywhere you go, people already know your name. Before this recent update on the I-95 hot lanes construction in Triangle, Senator Mark Warner sat down to speak with us about his record and reputation.
Taking arrows from both sides, a bipartisan kind of down the center approach.
And about Ed Gillespie.
My opponent has been nothing but a partisan operative his whole political career.
Gillespie says the same about Warner, the challenger attacking him for voting with President Obama 97% of the time. Votes Warner says are mostly procedural.
Where I agree with the president, I work with him. Where I disagree with the president, I'll step up.
Warner, who is known as a business-friendly centrist Democrat, has led in every poll against Gillespie, the former chair of the Republican National Committee and counselor to George W. Bush. Warner has also raised millions more than the Republican, resulting in hard-hitting ads like this one.
His firm even lobbied for 5 foreign governments, including a dictator now awaiting trial for war crimes.
I think he'd be simply more of the problem.
But many voters see the problem as Congress itself, a governing body with record-low approval ratings and now widely associated with inaction. Why should voters send you back to an institution that they're disgusted with and nothing is happening?
Well, voters got a right to be upset with the performance of Congress. If the Senate's going to get fixed, I'm going to be part of whatever group, gang, cabal, whatever you want to call it, that's going to get the Senate fixed.
Now, in his first run for Senate in 2008, Warner won by a landslide, 65% to Jim Gilmore's 34%. Polls show his lead is not nearly as wide against Gillespie at the moment, but he's certainly still in the driver's seat. Tomorrow night, we're going to sit down with Ed Gillespie to hear how he plans to overcome this large deficit with just 1 week left in this campaign. Live in the newsroom, Jeff Goldberg, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Jeff.